I'm Danielle from Lotte Elle, and if you've been paying attention to my Facebook post this week, you'll notice that I've been at the International Quilt Festival in Houston. For those of you that don't know, the International Quilt Festival is put on by Quilt Inc. and is one of the largest quilting judged shows and vendor education shows in the quilting industry worldwide. At the International Quilt Festival, you'll meet teachers, students, educators, and vendors from all over the world and get to see amazing quilts that will literally blow your mind. But today, what we're going to do is talk about some of the things that I got this week. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I was up to and kind of just walk you through kind of what I call my IQF haul, and maybe you'll find something that you want. And what I'll do is I will tag all of the vendors and companies that I cite, and I'll tag those below so that you can go directly to them. I know that they would appreciate your support and your business if you decide that you can't live without some of these things. So let me talk about at least the first thing that I did this week, and that was I took a garment class. So for those of you that know me, I am mostly a quilter because I like to sew straight seams. And so every year I try to take something that is a little bit beyond my comfort level. And this year was a garment making class. Not only garment making, but how to customize your dress form and how to drape and slope. So for those of you that aren't in the garment making world, think Project One runway type stuff. So it was really, really interesting, really fun. You'll get to see some more things that I learned later. What I'm really, really excited about from my first class on Monday about draping and dress forms was this book. Now, our educator that taught basically said this was the Bible of fashion design, and I believe it. So this tells you how to make your own patterns and do everything, from the, darts in shirts to pants, trousers, all different sleeve types. And this is just really fun to look through and just totally something out of my comfort zone. So I'm not saying that I'm going to utilize all this information, but I definitely have it, and we'll start branching out and you'll get to kind of learn along with me on some of those things. So super cool new resource that I'm really excited to learn. Next, I got this really cool double tracing wheel. And what this does is when you make a pattern, which I kind of know how to do now, is you can set this to your seam allowance, whether you want a 1/4 inch seam or a 5/8 inch or a 1/2 inch seam, and you'll trace the pattern that you cut and it'll allow for the seam allowance there. So just a nifty little tool. This is a Clover double tracing wheel. So for any of those that are looking to make their own patterns or need to add an easy way to add seam allowance to your own stuff. So just a cool little fun tool. I also picked up these really awesome titanium scissors, and you could never have enough scissors. So these are a 9-inch scissors. These are titanium, meaning that they never dull, and you can cut through fabric. I know most of you are going to cringe when I say this next part, but you can also cut through paper and they won't dull. So this is a great one that I'm probably going to keep around my main sewing area because I know my 7-year-old likes to grab my scissors and cut paper and all kinds of fun things. But these titanium scissors actually came from a French European, and that was a vendor there that actually was affiliated with the class that I took. And so that's where I got all of this really cool stuff. So I'm super excited about those titanium scissors, and they cut just wonderfully through the muslin that we were using and the batting and what we call the fluff for the dress form. I was able to take the Progressive series with Karen K. Stone, Kimberly Einmo, and Charlotte and Gotti this year. And it's hard to get into those classes because there's 3 classes, all-day classes, with some amazingly fun and talented teachers. And this year's fabrics were just phenomenal. And if you don't believe me, I have them right here just so you can see. Let me pull out. This was actually Karen Stone's kit. And she is just an artistic genius. She's just so creative and so, she's not even in the box, it's all out here in the box, and she's just so talented. I love her to death. So sweet, and just has a really creative mind that is probably the exact opposite of mine. Honestly, very linear. So this was her fabric set this week. And what happens with these progressive classes is that the teachers meet together, they pick out a fabric line, and then they buy it, and then they go home and design their own fabric, their own standalone quilt, and a 12-inch quilt block. And then they send their 12-inch quilt blocks to each other, and those come back to combine into a larger surprise kit. So it's a little mystery, not only for each class, but then also how those teachers can combine the quilts together to create a really cool joint quilt, or 2 or 3, depending on how the blocks go together. So we put together these little applique blocks, and I love these because they were easy. Even though I don't really do a whole lot of applique, these blocks were just really gorgeous and super easy, half square triangle blocks to put together. And then we did something completely out of my comfort zone, which was foundation paper piecing. And if you've done a lot of foundation paper piecing, bravo, because that is something that once you learn how to do it, it's very easy, could be very soothing and therapeutic. I think that I probably had to stitch and unstitch every single seam at least once or twice. So, but we made these beautiful arches. And again, curved piecing, not what I do. But this paper piecing method was really an easy way to do curved pieces. And unfortunately, I didn't get the rest of the block put together, but I'll pop the picture in here and you'll just see it's a beautiful standalone quilt. And the way she played with the colors, the lights, the darks, the mediums, and then put all these pieces together is just mind-blowing. So gorgeous quilt, and just always love having her as an instructor. So that was the first progressive class that we did this week. The second progressive class was for my friend Kimberly Einmo, and love her method of teaching precision cutting and piecing. And so she also used the same fabric line, and you can see my bag is a little bit of a mess because I actually sewed some of this together. So cut the pieces and sewed, and she used 10 of the pieces to create her blocks, and Cheeto even made an appearance in class. So it's always fun. If those of you that don't know, he's Janome Cat, and you can hear my 7-year-old. She's super fan of Cheeto. So Cheeto did make a virtual appearance in the class, but what I do love about Kimberly's quilt is there were so many different elements, but not complicated elements. When you put them together, though, they make this really awesome design. So our first block that we did was half square triangles with 2 solid squares and all these beautiful fabrics, beautiful colors. I just love them so much. So I was able to finish all of those in class, which miracle for me because I like to talk. And then we did these square and square blocks, which I didn't really believe it when Kimberly said that she liked doing these blocks, because I just thought you're sewing a lot of seams. But once you did them, absolutely, they're really easy to put together, and they actually go together really quickly. And they just turned out really cute. Love this background fabric. So this was another element for her progressive quilt. The last block that we did that I actually didn't even do because I like to talk is a triple triangle block. And here's the start of one. And then what happens is you take the the background fabric here, and you'll put it here to kind of create your triple triangle block. Maybe it's this way. No, it's this way. See, I don't even know because I haven't done it yet. And you make these in 2 different sizes, this small size and then a bigger size. So when you put all 3 of those blocks together, it really just came together so wonderfully. It made stars. It made these almost like a prairie point border, and just really clever the way that those simple elements, really easy to put together, but perfect points and really beautiful designs. And then the last progressive quilt class was on Friday, and that's with Charlotte and Gotti. And what her kit was, let me show it to you here. There's just this little bag. And usually I'm a little scared when it's this small, because that means there's small pieces. But it was actually really easy to put together because it was half square triangles and then some rectangles and then some of these really fun oblong rectangle-ish pieces. And what happened when you put it all together, which I didn't get to do, is it kind of creates this really cool block. And when you put this all together, I'll pop a picture below, but it kind of creates this weird zigzag type of swirl pattern when you put all these blocks together. So it was just a great 3 days in class with those instructors. So funny, so talented, and just really creative. And I really loved the way that they combine their quilts together, and I'll pop those pictures down as well. So let's see, what else did I do? I think really the next thing that I did was just shop. And that's usually my favorite part of Quilt Festival. So they start with a preview night on Wednesday night, and the vendors in the show will open up on Wednesday night. And then from there, they're going to be open through Sunday. And vendors come from all over the world, but there are just really great ideas, really creative people and designers that come together. So I'll show you a little bit of what I've got here. My daughter is obsessed with penguins, and so you'll see a lot of penguin crafts, but I got this really great pattern from Pumpkin Patch Craft Design. And again, I'll put their information down below. But I can never, ever, ever, ever pass up a penguin pattern. But I also picked up some of their wool, hand dyed in the US by them. And so just really gorgeous wool there. And so I picked up this little fat 16th bundle so that I could start making these penguins. But Pumpkin Patch Crafts down below is where you'll want to go. They've got some really, really cute Halloween stuff and Christmas things and all kinds of wool applique patterns and crafts. So check them out as well. The next thing, I know I already showed you a pair of scissors, but I have to show you more scissors because I cannot resist when you walk by a booth and there's something teal. So I already have, believe it or not, I already have 3 pairs of scissors. But if you haven't tried Kai scissors, y'all, these scissors make cutting through anything like you're cutting through melted butter. And I didn't really believe that fabric scissors could make that big of a difference, but amazing. So I bought this little gift set because it was steel and because why not? So these scissors are great. It comes in 3 different sizes. Their handles just feel so luxurious, and I'm telling you, you will never, they're just amazing. And actually what I found out this time while talking to them is, so it comes in this great little set, is that you can actually send your scissors back to them. You pay for shipping, but they'll sharpen them for you back to the original setting and send them back to you. So it's amazing. And that way you make sure that they stay sharp all the time. And I just love it. They come in pink, they come in purple, but obviously teal is the best. So great little gift set of scissors there. You can never have too many. Oh, let's see, what else did I get? I know you are all looking at the box in the corner. We'll get there. Don't worry. I promise. So another company that my daughter actually stopped by is these giant packs right here. Again, Did I mention that I don't do foundation paper piecing? I don't. But I'm going to have to learn because my daughter saw this quilt, and this is from Legit Kits Design. And again, I'll put their information down below because they have some really, really cool designs. And the way they do these patterns is truly, truly amazing. So what they do is, I'll show you this box here. Okay, so this is the full kit. So it comes with all the foundation paper piecing here and all the fabric. So I don't even have to worry about choosing my own fabric or what fabric color goes where. But what they do is they divide up this huge, beautiful, gorgeous quilt into 7-inch blocks, or 7 by, honestly, I forgot, but they built it, I remember 7-inch. It's 7-inch something. It's 7-inch blocks, and that way you only have to work on a little section at a time. And the way that they do their kits is just amazing. So go to their website, check them out, how they design their kits and how they put them together. And you know what we're going to do is that my daughter and I are going to start putting one of these together, and we'll try to do like a little time-lapse video for you guys on how that's going. I will try to edit out all the times that I have to unstitch, how to rip out, but I'm really excited to learn how to do that a little bit better. I got actually 2 kits, don't tell anyone, because one of them is going to be a gift. So I won't show you that design until it's finished and gifted, but that means I really have to learn how to do this and do a good job. So those were 2 of my big fabric kit purchases. And of course, I got to hang out with some super awesome Janome educators and dealers and reps this week. And I'm just telling you, they are some of the most fantastic people. They had M7 set up in Kimberly Einmo's room. They had 9450 set up in some of the other rooms. And those machines are just to die for. I have an M7, obviously. So I had major fangirl moments when I got to meet Anne Hine this week. And of course, I'm friends with Kimberly, so it was so good to hang out with her and Mr. Kim all week long. But so many awesome Janome educators there that I got to meet, and just a fabulous company. Super excited. And I got to take a little snippet of the Janome 100-year anniversary fabric. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I thought I might make a mask because I had one this week, but now I kind of want to make something that I'm going to use a little bit more often than a mask. So super excited about this. Thanks, Anne. Okay, the elephant in the room is this box that you kind of see on the corner of my screen. For those of you that saw my Facebook post earlier this week, I came home with a new machine. And of course, it's a Janome. It's a Janome HD9BE. And what that means is it's a heavy duty machine, and it's their black edition. And I'm telling you guys, this thing is gorgeous. So what we're going to do with that is, I'm not going to do it today, but I'm going to do an unboxing video later this week and get that up for you to show you how easy it is to sew on leather through multiple layers of that kind of stuff. And we're just gonna have super fun with that. And Charlotte will even come up here and help out with that. But let's see, just a couple, obviously more swag that I got. The shirt, obviously I can't ever leave like a mug behind. Leave no mug behind. Not that I even drink coffee. I drink tea. But I just thought this mug was super cute. All the things that I love about crafting and quilting here on this mug. And I scored this really cool teal water bottle. It really could have been like toilet paper, and as long as it was teal, I would buy it, just for the record. So I scored some of these tumblers, and these were actually some older editions. They just randomly cleaned out the warehouse and brought them back, and I scored one. So super excited. You can never have too many water bottles. So let's see, what else? Kimberly Einmo also taught 2 other classes that I peeked in on and ended up coming home with a couple of their kits. So she taught these Spinwheel Star and Flying Geese. And these are actually her line of solidus fabrics from Timeless Treasures. And anything that's rainbow, my daughter just absolutely loves. So this color gradient is just perfect for her. And this quilt actually goes together really, really quickly when you're using her precision pre-cut rulers and her Flying Geese and half square triangle rulers. So love this kit. And also came home with another Kimberly Einmo kit, the Fracture Flying Geese. Again, she taught this class this week, and I came in with this kit. Again, solidish line from Timeless Treasures, but just fantastic. You can do these kits with jelly rolls and, you know, any color, any fabrics that you want. But I really love the color variation and the color gradient in that. So I hope you've enjoyed kind of all the goodies that I got this week. I'm really excited to get started on some of these projects, or finish up some of these projects actually that I started in class this week. Please check out the vendors and the educators and designers that I've linked below. They were just such great troopers for coming out this week and spending so much time and money, honestly, guys, to come stay in Houston for a week, especially during the World Series, and, you know, share their knowledge and their love of quilts with us. So your mind will be blown when you see some of these show quilts, honestly. And there's just no limit to what you can do and what you can learn. So thanks for coming with me on my little quilt haul. And we'll be back when I do my unboxing of the HG9.